Hello everyone, welcome to the NASSCO MIS training series. In today's video, we'll be talking about understanding your database and data model and how we can add fields and edit already existing fields all from within the system. Okay, so to get started, we're going to sign in with a valid username and password. Okay, hit sign in. And we're greeted with a landing page. On the left, we have our navigation tree, our quick access panel. We have our notifications panel over here, and a couple of our reports will be displayed to us on the right. We're not going to concern ourselves too much about the front end. Since today's focus is the database, we're just going to navigate to the back end. Okay, and when we get into the back end, we want to go to System Settings and Admin Control Panel. Okay, and here we can do a few things. We can update the application, we can export the database, but what we're really interested in is show ERD. Okay, so I'm just going to hit show ERD. Okay, and this displays all the tables and all the fields in our database all neatly arranged for us. Okay, so we can really tell what's going on in our database. Okay, so on the left here, I have all my tables, my asset table, my banks, my chart of accounts, my community. Okay, and on the right, we have all the fields that are in that table organized for us, like key, field name, user-friendly name, data type, options that might be related to that field. So everything is displayed for us so we can really tell what's going on in each of our tables and in the database in general. Okay, and if you notice, some of these fields actually have questions in them. Okay, and this is because we're going to use these fields to develop our surveys and our questionnaires, which we'll talk more about in a future video. Okay, and some of these questions have options attached to them for the user to choose from. It might be a yes or no, it might be a list of different options just to make the survey much easier for the user to fill out so he doesn't type everything himself. Okay, and just so you get a visual picture of what I'm talking about, I'm just going to quickly go to my staging area here and just show you what the questionnaire would look like. Okay, so for example, here we have, do you have any bank operational in this community? This is a yes or no question. Okay, so the user can only select one answer. And here you have which are the banks operational in this community. Here is there's a list as provided to the user, so you can select more than one bank and select the banks that he needs to from the list. And say we wanted to either add or remove options, right? Say which of the following GSM data services are available in the community. Say we wanted to add 5G as an option that the user can select from. What we can do is, going back to the ERD, we just need to just look for that question, which is right here. So which of the following GSM data services are available in the community? All we do here to change these options over here is we just click the link in the option column. There's a link provided to us here. We click on that, and I'm just going to expand this here. You can see all the options that are provided to us currently. You can see 4G, GSM, and 3G, which are the options here. Okay, so this is how they'll be displayed on the actual survey. Okay, and if we wanted to add 5G to this, all we do is we follow this format just here. Okay, so we have a key and a value. Okay, the value is what the user is going to see. Okay, so here the value is GSM and the value here is 4G lit. Okay, so he's saying this and not this. Okay, so we'll just follow the format and add 5G. We're going to add 5G. That will be the key, space, a colon. You can see the colon just here. And the value, what I want the user to actually see, is going to be 5. We'll put the G in capital, and I'm going to say lit. Okay, and I'm going to end up with a semicolon. Okay, so there's a semicolon at the end here, and this is the format you want to use if you want to add options to a list. Okay, so all I do now is I save that, Okay, and if I come back here, if I reopen this, okay, if I go down, now I can see that 5G has been added to the list of options that the user can choose from. Okay. All right, and we can do this for any of the questions that have options attached to them. Okay, we can just easily add new options, so the user can choose from or select from those list of options. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show quickly is adding new fields to the table. Okay, so if we wanted to add a completely new field, we didn't just want to edit the options, we wanted to add a new field. What we do is we go to System Dev, just up here, and we go to Fields. Okay, and here, all we need to do here is add a new record. Okay, so we click on Add a New Record. We select, use the menu on the left. We select the table we want to add the field to. So let's say community. So we want to add a new field to the community table. Okay, the serial number just means the sequence. So I'm just gonna give it a random number here. So that's the sequence, the order in which the question would appear. The field label. Say we wanted to say the size. We wanted to know the size of the community. So we'll just say size. Okay, and the display field label would be what is the size of community? Okay, question mark. Okay, the abbreviation isn't necessary. What kind of field would this be? So here we have the option to select it as a text box. If we want to give the users options, we can make it a select box, a text area. So whatever kind of field we want to create, we have the option to select that here. So I'm just going to make that a normal text box, so they can just input the size of the community directly into the questionnaire. Okay, and I'm going to make it a required field. Okay, so I'm going to say yes, I want this to be a required field. Okay, and I'm going to leave the other settings the same. Okay, so I'm just going to come down and save, and now we've added the size to the community table. Okay, so the field name is size. We've added that to the community table, and we just have to do one more thing before we can make use of that field, and that is coming back here to tables and upgrading the table structure so everything gets reorganized and they add in our new field. Okay, so I'm just going to go to tables here, and under more options, I'm just going to say upgrade table structure. Okay, and here, if we come back to my staging area and I say new, if I just scroll down a bit, I can see the question that we just added, which is what is the size of the community, which since we said it was a text box, the user would have to input that manually himself. Okay, and that's all about the database and adding fields and options to our database. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.